The sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm orange glow over the Sleepy Willow retirement home. Amelia, a woman in her early 80s, sat in her favorite armchair by the window, knitting a bright blue sweater. A copy of her favorite novel, The Curious Conundrum of the Quantum Caterpillar, lay on the end table beside her, its spine cracked from countless readings. A knock on the door interrupted her thoughts. "Come in," she called out. The door creaked open to reveal Jake, the newest resident of Sleepy Willow. He was in his late 70s, a retired physicist with a silver beard that seemed to defy gravity. "Amelia, I heard you're quite the fan of the Quantum Caterpillar. I must say I'm intrigued. Care to discuss it over a game of chess?" Jake asked, his voice betraying a hint of excitement. Amelia eyed him with curiosity. "You're the first person here to express an interest in that book. Most residents find it too peculiar." She gestured toward the empty chair across from her. "Please take a seat." As Jake settled in, Amelia noticed his eyes darting around the room, lingering on her various collections of curiosities. He seemed particularly drawn to the glass case housing a series of mechanical butterflies. "You have quite the collection," he said, his voice tinged with admiration. "Thank you. I've always been fascinated by the beauty of butterflies and the idea of transformation," Amelia replied, setting up the chessboard. "Now let's discuss the book." Over the next several weeks, Amelia and Jake's friendship blossomed. They spent their afternoons discussing the mysteries of the universe, from the peculiarities of quantum mechanics to the enigmatic nature of consciousness. Amelia found herself captivated by Jake's passion for knowledge, and she felt a renewed sense of purpose. One day, as they played their customary game of chess, Jake paused, his hand hovering over a pawn. "Amelia, have you ever wondered what it would be like to experience the world as a butterfly?" "I have," she admitted, smiling at the thought. "To be so small and delicate yet capable of such profound transformation, it's a tantalizing prospect." Jake's eyes sparkled with mischief. "What if I told you there was a way?" Amelia raised an eyebrow, intrigued. "Go on." He leaned in, lowering his voice conspiratorially. "You see, I've been working on a device that can temporarily transfer one's consciousness into another living being. With it, we could experience life as butterflies for a short time." Amelia hesitated, torn between disbelief and the thrill of the unknown. "Are you certain it's safe?" "Absolutely," Jake reassured her. "I've tested it on myself, but I need a partner to make sure it works on others." The prospect of such an adventure was too alluring to resist. "Very well, I'm in." That night, under the cloak of darkness, they crept into Jake's room, where he unveiled his invention, a pair of intricate metallic helmets connected by a tangle of wires. As they donned the helmets, a faint hum filled the air. "Ready?" Jake asked, his voice trembling with anticipation. Amelia took a deep breath and nodded. A brilliant flash of light engulfed them, and the world shifted. Suddenly, Amelia found herself perched on a leaf, her delicate wings quivering with the thrill of her new form. She looked over to see a butterfly with striking blue wings, unmistakably Jake. They took to the air, exploring their new world from an entirely different perspective. They danced on the breeze, weaving through the vibrant tapestry of flowers that blanketed the garden. The world was awash with colors they had never experienced as humans, and the air was rich with scents that tantalized their tiny antennae. For a brief moment, they forgot their human lives and surrendered themselves to the joys of flight. As they glided through the air, Amelia and Jake discovered a newfound appreciation for the interconnectedness of all living things. They observed the delicate balance of the ecosystem, marveling at the harmony between the flowers and the insects that sustained them. In their butterfly forms, they were no longer mere observers of nature. They were part of it. But even as they reveled in their newfound freedom, they knew their time as butterflies was limited. They sought out a quiet, secluded spot in the garden where they could return to their human forms. "Are you ready?" Amelia asked Jake, her butterfly eyes meeting his. He hesitated, glancing back at the world they were about to leave behind. "Yes, I suppose it's time." With a shared sense of melancholy, they donned the metallic helmets once more. A flash of light, and they were human again, standing side by side in the garden, the memory of their butterfly adventure still fresh in their minds. As they walked back to Sleepy Willow, Amelia broke the silence. "Jake, thank you. That was the most extraordinary experience of my life." Jake smiled warmly. "I'm glad I could share it with you, Amelia. I think it's important to remind ourselves that there's always more to discover, even in the twilight of our lives." Their friendship deepened in the weeks that followed, as they reminisced about their shared adventure and continued their intellectual pursuits. The other residents of Sleepy Willow noticed the change in Amelia and Jake, the newfound spark that seemed to radiate from them. Slowly but surely, their enthusiasm became infectious. As the days turned into months, more and more residents of Sleepy Willow began to join Amelia and Jake in their discussions, their games of chess, and their pursuit of knowledge. The once somber retirement home was transformed into a vibrant community, filled with laughter, conversation, and the joy of shared discovery. Amelia and Jake's story spread far beyond the walls of Sleepy Willow. It served as a reminder to people everywhere that age is no barrier to wonder, and that the pursuit of knowledge and the willingness to embrace the unknown can lead to extraordinary experiences. One day, as Amelia and Jake sat together, surrounded by friends and animated conversation, Amelia glanced out the window at a butterfly fluttering by. "Jake, do you ever miss it?" she asked softly. He smiled thoughtfully. "Of course, but our adventure taught me that we don't need to become butterflies to experience the beauty and wonder of the world. We can find it right here, in our shared experiences and in the connections we make with others." Amelia nodded, her eyes shining with wisdom and gratitude. "You're right, Jake, and I wouldn't trade this life or our friendship for anything in the world." The sun set once more on Sleepy Willow, casting its warm orange glow on the faces of two old friends, their spirits forever transformed by the adventure they had shared and the knowledge that the world still held countless mysteries waiting to be discovered.